Hi everyone, I'm Amber and today we are practicing some gentle yoga poses for our neck and for our shoulders. So let's get started. Now we're going to start off this session as we inhale, drawing our shoulders up, squeezing them up towards our ears, and then as we exhale, let them go. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, and then as you exhale, release them down. Feels really good to create some tension and then release that tension. Alright, let's take our fingertips out towards the side. Drop one ear down towards one shoulder, so my right ear towards my right shoulder. This might be enough of a stretch, or I'm going to take my hand and rest it on the side of my head. You might want to stay here, or if you feel like you can go deeper into the stretch, bringing our opposite arm up, shoulder height. From here, I want you to flex your fingers up towards the sky and press out through the base of your palm, so pushing out through your wrist. Let's take a couple of breaths there. If it's too much of a stretch, then just drop your hand back down. All right, so all we're going to change here is our fingertips. So on our next breath, we're going to press our fingertips down towards the mat, and we're lengthening out through the wrist. So you might even want to stretch out through the elbow. Fingertips are engaged down towards the mat. Let's take one final big breath. And then release, bringing the head up. Maybe take a moment to roll out your shoulders or take a little bit of a neck roll before we move to the other side. So fingertips down onto the mat. Now I'm going to bring my left ear down towards my left shoulder. I can choose to stay here or placing my hand onto the top of my head. You can stay here for the next few breaths or move your right arm up about shoulder height. I'm going to flex my fingertips up towards the sky. I'm going to press out through the base of my palm. Find that nice length all the way from my neck through my elbow and into my fingertips. One final big breath here. And now I'm going to turn my fingertips down, pointing down towards the mat, pressing out through the top of my wrist this time. Take 2 more big breaths. Feeling and breathing into wherever it feels tense or tight. And then releasing all the way back down. Take a moment to neck roll or take any movement into your neck that feels really good. All right, now for stretching through the front of our neck. I'm going to make a butterfly shape with my fingers, connecting and hooking my thumbs together, and then pressing my hands onto my chest. So quite firmly, I'll press them down, and then I'm going to reach my chin up towards the ceiling. Now you'll feel this stretch through the front of the neck. You might want to stay still, or you might like to bring one ear down on each side so that the stretch moves to the sides of our neck. Find the areas that feel good for you. Don't do anything that feels uncomfortable. Everything I'm doing is just a suggestion, and I want you to modify it so that it feels good in your body. Let's take one final big breath. And then draw our chin forward and releasing our hands. You might want to shake them out, move them around. We're just going to do a couple of cat and cow movements here. So taking our hands onto our knees. As we inhale, press your chest forward, lift your chin, lift your chest. As you exhale, push back with our shoulder blades, holding onto our knees. We'll take 3 or 4 breaths here. It's up to you how fast or how slow you like to move, how much pressure or tension you're holding onto your knees with. Exhale, final big stretch towards the back, and then coming all the way back up. All right, we're going to come into some twists now, which are really great for our spine. So I'm going to extend my left leg long and bend into my right leg. Now you have a couple of options here for the twist. You might like to keep your foot on the inside of the left leg, which is absolutely fine. You might like to step your foot to the outside of the leg, and then we're going to twist. And then our final option is to bend into this left knee and tuck my foot around close to my right hip before I twist. So find the variation that suits you with your legs. Now you can either hug the knee in or hook the elbow, and then as you exhale, looking over that right shoulder. Using my right hand behind me so that I'm not hunching over, I'm keeping my chest up, I'm keeping my spine up, and I'm gazing over that right shoulder. If your leg is out like mine, let's engage that leg by flexing the toes up towards the sky, pressing out through that bottom heel, and exhale so your whole body is engaged in this twist. Let's take 2 more breaths on this side. Nice work, everybody. Now on our next breath in, we're going to release our twist looking forward. I'm going to place this right foot, the sole of the right foot, on the inside of my thigh. So if your leg was tucked around, bring your leg out in front of you and adjust yourself so your legs are making like an L shape. Now I'm going to turn my chest so I'm facing over my toes, and then slowly start to walk my hands either side of that leg. Now, even in this pose, I want you to think about, rather than just bringing your head straight down towards your knee, lengthening out with your chest. So I'm reaching with my chest so that stretch, yes, it's going to be a hamstring stretch, but I'm also keeping my spine nice and long. So reaching with the chest, walking your hands out to wherever feels comfortable. Let's take 2 final big breaths over that left leg, and then walking our hands all the way back. And then coming into an open twist on this side. So we're going to twist to the same direction, but this time our knee is down, pressing our left hand onto the knee, the right hand behind, and exhale just for a couple of big breaths. You might find that you can go deeper into the twist because your knee is out to the side. 1 final big breath. And then inhale forward. Let's switch our legs to twist on the other side. So bringing my right leg out this time, bending into my left knee. You can choose to keep your foot on the inside and twist. You can step it to the outside, or you might even like to tuck your back foot under. It's totally up to you how you're feeling today. Once you've found your leg position, we're going to hug or hook the elbow and gaze over that left shoulder. So if your leg is out like mine, I'm going to flex the toes up towards the sky, press out through my heel, exhale, gazing over that left shoulder. I'm going to take 2 more big breaths here, pulling my belly button in towards my spine, finding a little bit more rotation with every exhale. And then on the inhale, bringing my chest forward. So I'm tucking my right foot. If it's tucked under, I'm going to place this left foot on the inside of my thigh and adjust myself so my legs are like a 90-degree L shape. Turn my chest to face towards my toes, and then exhale, start to fold forward. Now it doesn't matter how far down you come, think about reaching your chest forward so that you're nice and long through the back of your spine, nice and long into your lower back. We're not curving over here. Let's take 2 final big breaths. And then on our next inhale, we'll walk our hands all the way back, lifting up through the chest and coming into that twist again. So on an exhale, taking our hands, right hand onto our knee, left hand behind me, I'm up on my fingertips so I can keep my spine up nice and straight. Final 2 big breaths. You might be able to go even deeper into your twist. And inhale to bring yourself forward. All right, so let's touch our soles of our feet together here, holding on to our ankles or onto our feet. Now Now you can press your elbows into your knees and you're going to just reach that chest forward. Tuck your chin in towards your chest slightly and look down towards the mat, so you're nice and long through the back of the neck. One final big breath in and out. And then bringing ourselves all the way back up. Now we're going to lie down onto our bellies now, so we'll continue with some stretches into our shoulders. So find a little bit of space where you're able to lie down and then come down comfortably. All right, so I want to have enough space that you can spread your arms out to the side. And for this pose, we're going to start off with our right hand. I'm going to walk my right hand all the way over as far as I can go to the left side. And then taking my left arm on top, I'm going to walk my fingertips all the way over to the opposite side. Now, this might be enough for you today. Just keeping your head up. If it feels good, you can drop your chin down over your shoulders and keep your fingertips active, clawing into the mat to stretch into our shoulders here. Let's take 2 more big breaths on this side. And then release. We are going to switch the cross of our arms. So bringing them back out to the side. You might want to take a few shoulder rolls here before we move into the other direction. So this time my left arm is going to walk over first as far as it can go, and my right arm is going to cross over on top, walking my right fingertips away. So once I get to a position as far as I can, I might want to drop my chin down, drop my chest down, and just relax here in this space. If you're feeling quite tight, you might be up a bit higher, and that's okay. You might even notice that you're different on each side of your body. So depending on if your right arm is under or your left arm is under, you might be at a different height, which is absolutely fine. Different sides of our body are tighter or looser depending on what we do with them. Let's take one final big breath in and out. And then walking our hands back. Now, let's release our elbows underneath our shoulders, and I want you to spread your fingertips wide. Touch your fingertips down onto the mat, maybe adjust your hips a little bit, and bring your feet about mat distance apart. Now in this position, I want you to press into your hands, press into your elbows, and reach up out of your shoulders. So we're creating a lot of length. We're not just hanging out with our shoulders close to our ears. We are creating some space between our shoulders and our ears. So up nice and high, up nice and long. Take a couple of big breaths here. And now I want you to look over your right shoulder. So your aim is to see if you can see your right heel behind you, or possibly even your left heel. But if it hurts on your neck, don't go that far. Just find the space that feels good as you stretch into the left side of your neck. Relaxing the rest of your body, but engaging and pressing through your elbows to keep your shoulders up nice and high. Let's take a final big breath on this side. And then gently, very carefully and slowly, if we do anything with our neck, we want to do it slowly, looking over the left side this time, taking your gaze towards your left heel, possibly even looking at the corner of your eye onto that right heel. Breathing deeply, stretching through the right side of the neck. Let's take 2 final big breaths. And then inhale to bring our face facing forward. Let's lift the chin and the chest just as much as is comfortable for you. So getting that stretch, pressing down into our hands, down into our elbows, keeping those arms active. And then as a counter stretch, we're going to tuck our chin into our chest this time and reach the crown of the head down towards the mat. So you'll notice that your stomach starts to pull up off the mat. That's absolutely fine. We just want to stretch through the back of our neck. So chin into chest, crown of the head reaching down.
let's hold here for 2 final big breaths. And then exhale and release. And then one final stretch for our shoulders. We're going to just drop our chest all the way down. Now, it's going to be up to you how far you go in this stretch. So level 1 is just going to be reaching back with your shoulders. So you might even lift your shoulders up off of the mat. So you're reaching back with your hands. Option 2 is to interlace your fingers. Maybe you can straighten your arms. It's okay if they're still bent. Maybe you can touch your palms together, but it's okay if they don't. Whatever works for you and your body. So for the next 3 breaths, I want you to either stretch with your hands or stretch with your connected hands. And take 2 more big breaths. You can even lift your legs or you can keep them down. We just want to concentrate more on the shoulders and the neck. One final big breath. And releasing our hands all the way down. We are going to just press ourselves back into a seated position. Find yourself getting nice and comfortable. Take a few rounds of shoulder rolls forward and back. Maybe you even want to take a few moments to stretch the side of your neck and take some neck rolls here. And then find yourself into a still position, resting your hands in your lap or possibly onto your knees. Gently close your eyes. And we're just going to take 2 big breaths in. As you exhale, let out a big sigh. Think about your shoulders rolling down away from your ears. Inhale through your nose. Let out a big sigh. And then we'll gently open up our eyes. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you're feeling nice and relaxed through your neck and through your shoulders. And I'll see you again next time. Bye.